on this thing or something, but last few times I've streamed, didn't have that setup. Anyways, listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve. It's cold down here. As you'll see, I'm wearing still my wife's jacket thing. Figured today we will work on getting the Super X2 put together from Moderoid. Since we got the Super X1 and the stream got abruptly ended very fast. Also, remembering something I just forgot to do, which is plug this stupid thing in. Where did I put the plug? I had a plug. I brought a plug down here. Oh no. Hold on a second. We're gonna go on a small adventure. Oh, okay. I found it. Only partially solves my problem because I still need an extension cord. So yeah. Don't mind me just soccer kicking things. Hey, Brandon, how's it going? Hopefully I got the touch and I got the power. No. We don't. Hey, there we go. All right. Phone's charging. Don't need to happen like last stream of the video cutting out on me right at the end. Also got to clean out the table real quick because I got some random stuff for random reviews. Next time I get our Nez over. Probably my favorite thing I got, which I got this thing before Christmas. It's this little Godzilla guy. And I forget, I think you just put him on the ground, he just walks, if I remember right. Nothing too crazy, but he's kind of cool. Oh yeah, you just pull back and he walks. Nothing too crazy. Snowy apocalypse is going on outside. I was gonna say, yeah, actually, it's starting to snow up here too. Because usually for Michigan, it's pretty much been like wet, rainy weather for the most part, and then it freezes, which is the best thing ever. And I noticed earlier it started snowing. Don't mind me, I drink a lot of tea. But anyways, like I mentioned, we're going to be putting the Super X2 together as the game plan for this stream. We've wrapped up this one the previous stream, which is the Super X1. Hey, Goji Man. Super happy with this. I almost don't even want to paint it. Like, I think it looks solid the way it is. It could use some panel lining. But unlike the Kane robot, I kind of dig the way this one's coloring is. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. And I still might paint it just because of that. But like I said, my primary purpose for buying this is to actually 3D scan it. So that I can make little versions for my my figures and stuff. But still thought they would be cool. My previous experience with Moderoid figures is this guy here, which is my Kane robot from RoboCop 2 that I put together and repainted. This guy was like, I repainted entirely, and almost all the stickers on him were repainted too, except for the ones on the chests and the American flags on the arms. But the only things I did after the fact, anyways. Also realizing I gotta change the message setup. Hey, Cosmo. Forgot his knee likes to pop off. There we go. Yeah, no, he's sweet. I really enjoyed doing this one. He's got a couple of problems because, again, it's a model kit, so like some of this stuff can pop off a little easier than you expect on normal action figures. And he's also pretty lightweight compared to, say, like the NECA Ed 209. having fun upstairs. But anyways, I guess we'll just start cracking into this. So we'll get the Super X on the table. So I'm showing you guys something else, but I don't remember, so we're just gonna boop. Maybe not. Boop. There we go. Flip the stream around, flip the lights around. Mr. Saibot Godzilla's just kind of hanging out in the corner over here because we were using him for size comparisons. Thankfully, I left all my stuff here from the last stream, so I don't have too much extra on here. Hopefully, like the Super X, this one doesn't really have that many parts, I'm hoping. Also, just knocked something off the table, and I don't know what it was. It looks like it might have like a little bit more. Oh, you know what? I had sitting on here. There we go. I have to make sure I hang on to these for the actually, is that the Super X or is that for the Super? Okay, yeah. This is like stuff I can't understand X, and then there's the stuff I can't understand X2. We could all assume that it means Super X. But we'll get out the instructions. I'm going to stick these with that because, like I mentioned, oh, it's got little metal pins. I wonder what those are for. Don't know. Anyways, that page kind of opened anyways. I said open. Godzilla, I'm going to ask you kindly to hang onto the page there for me. Greatly would appreciate it. But how's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Just gonna bust out the little pieces here real quick. Then we'll get to adjusting and assembly. Oh, you know what? The coloring actually matches pretty well, I think. It's still gonna need some airbrushing, to be fair, but the base green color I think actually works really well for this. From what I can tell. Oh, it's even got the transparent plastic for the cannon. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I kind of hope with these lines that they just keep like giving us more new updated ones, especially these Moderoid ones. I've been really enjoying. Because usually I'm not that big of a model kit guy, which is surprising for somebody that puts together action figures for on the side for extra cash. You think I would be being the new in these a lot more than I usually am. But for the most part, unless I'm getting paid, I don't generally mess around with things I have to build. But these things are kind of the exception because, for starters, they're just a lot of this stuff is just hard to get a hold of in any form other than model kit form. What's your thoughts on the Godzilla XCOM Godzilla Bandai toys? Do you mean like the Monster Arts or the like the movie Monster Series vinyls? Because my thought on the monster, sorry, my thought on the Monster Arts is you're probably better off just saving your money and buying Haya because they're just more cost effective, painted better. You get less articulation, but arguably it's less articulation, but it's almost the same amount. You'll get about the same amount of play for the most part, and like I said, I think it's just in terms of like display on your shelf, they're just more impressive. Movie Monster Series, on the other hand, I honestly I've always like those just for the fact of if you don't really like playing with your figures and you got a bit more of budget constraints, they're definitely a great alternative. And plus, with like the Movie Monster series and the Bandai vinyls in general, you also can pretty much get like most every kaiju you'd ever really want, barring some of the American versions, which even those are starting to get more loving lately. With the Zilla getting multiple Bandai vinyls recently, I can see them doing more with that. Good, I really need a sharper knife. Oops. Dug a little too far into there. Nothing too crazy. Okay, so we need this, and then we need all of these things, which I am assuming are the thrusters. Hopefully there isn't some like rhyme or reason for these to be numbered. Because it shows that each of these sections are like, there's a different number. I'm like, well, they should all be the same thing, so it shouldn't matter. And I'm hoping that it doesn't. Because I am remotely not paying attention to which one these go to. Also, my buddy Russell was telling me the other day that the missiles are actually just one solid color and they need to be repainted. He was totally right. Totally right. Oh, but on a fun note today, I finally got the 55 puppet head that I sculpted a while back. I finally got a good scan. So I got the lower jaw, the top of the head's all scanned now. I just got to go into Blender and just make it look a little prettier. And then be good to go. Okay, there's no rotation. Just double checking. Woo! Pop into there. They just slide in. Man, I wish we could have copyrighted music on the live streams, or just in general. Kind of like what they have with like Instagram when you take photos and you could add the music to it. And they have like so much Godzilla, and I wish you could do that with like YouTube videos because I just wanted the background just to have like the. I think would be dope. Don't mind me, just make sure the chat's all up to date. About to play some good old God of War. Which God of War are you playing? Let's move this. The other two thrusters are actually for other things. And I need B, which I think was this giant thing. Yep. B4, B4, 3, and 2, and 5. Oops, got that backwards. Now, one thing I'm noticing on this kit in particular, the one thing I really liked about the Super X is a lot of the cut marks. I was giving them a lot of praise because they were in spots where you don't really see them too much. So if you didn't do a super good job cleaning the kit, it's not that big of a deal. This one, on the other hand, put a lot of them on the corners here. So it's, ugh. My fingers aren't working so good today. And technically, you probably want to clean these up a little bit more. Oh, so like PlayStation. It's PlayStation 2? PlayStation 2 first one, or is it 3? No, it's not because God of War 3 was on PlayStation 3. Let's make sure we're grabbing the right ones to go with the right ones. Plus, these live streams are always daring. Working with blades. Because these are the fun ones that something could happen. Okay, so we also need H. So let me clean these ones up. Man, I loved my PlayStation 2. Still do. I don't. It's not. I don't really play it anymore, to be honest, unless I really got like a reason to stream. But there was just so many fun games that were on that system. It's also probably the system I played the most horror games for, to be honest. Because there's like the Resident Evils ended up on there. You had Fatal Frame. We're playing quite a bit. The Silent Hills. The Thing was a big one on that one. Oh, H. Where is my H? Let's see. That's K. Your D. Is the clear one H? I think that's G. What the heck's H? Oh, okay. I'm clearly missing something. Yeah, because I would say probably the system I probably put the most hours in is probably still the Xbox 360. Is probably, I would say it may be between that or Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo was like all I used to play growing up. Just trying to make sure I line this up right. So it looks like it's supposed to be that. And then this goes into that. Which seems to be wrong. So maybe I used the wrong piece there. Oh, I already messed this up. Okay. Trying to get a better look at this. Okay, so towards this end, if it's like this piece should be facing this direction. So I was right the first time. It just didn't seem like this lines up the way I want it to. And that's because it's not. Be a stream of just like an hour and a half watching Steve struggle. So that, I like that. Are you sure it's not supposed to be like that? Hey, Gemini. Okay, I guess maybe it is that way. Okay. Yeah. These are the streams that you get to find out that Steve's really bad at following instructions. So it's lip. And also holding things with his fingers. All right. So that's like that. So I did have it backwards. It's just hard for me to tell at a distance that angled was correct. Okay, we got that solved. Go back to Godzilla holding the pages. Hopefully, anyways. We also need I1. Just that guy there. It's this way angled. This guy goes this side up right there. These, thankfully, you can't really mess it up because they only go in one angle. So there's the bottom there. Next, looks like we're building the missile launcher contraption. So you need C8 and 6. Oh, I'm looking at the totally wrong one to begin with. So we need 9 first. Trying to spin this around just so I got like a flat cut when I use the nippers. So hopefully I get as flush as I can. So we need those. We need these little gears, and it looks like those little metal rods comes in with this piece. Also, another game system I kind of missed too is the old was the Dreamcast. Didn't have that many games for it, like not nearly as much as like PlayStation 2, 360, Super Nintendo. Well, pretty much every system I think I've read. I've had more games for them. Even GameCube, which is probably the one that I bought that I invested the least into getting games for. Like I didn't really have that many for it. It was like that in the Wii. When we had the Wii, I didn't really have that many games for it and ended up selling it. But, that was my train of thought. But the Dreamcast, for the amount of games I had for it, there were so many really good ones for that. Like, even, we had the, it might have been pirated, but we had the Godzilla game for it where it's just like a rail shooter where Godzilla's just still walking. and you just like aim his head around and he just shoots beams at everything. And you go through pretty much doing like all the Heisei movies. I always thought that game was sweet. Gundam Side Story, which is easily my favorite Gundam game of all time, was on that system. You had Code Veronica. Ready to Rumble was even sweet. The boxing game that was on there. Never owned it, but we played like quite a bit of it. Was Silent Scope, the sniping game. My only claim to fame to that game is what was it? At the arcade, I beat the entire game on a single coin, and I had quite a few people watching me when I did that one. It was super fun. Okay, so J25. Just realized I had the nippers upside down for this, and I'm really sad about it. That one. So I cut that one horribly wrong. There we go. Put that guy together. Okay, so this one's 8. So we're gonna put that closest to me just so I know. J6 and 1. It's actually been one of those systems too. I've been kind of wanting to get a new Dreamcast. I have one here. I just don't know if it works. Like I have to get all the proper. I know I'm missing like all the equipment that I would need for it. So I have to just at some point grab one. It's got one all anyways and working. There's a vintage toy shop around here that had a Sega Saturn. That was tempting. Problem is all the games that I would want for Sega Saturn, they're all expensive nowadays. That I used to have and I don't anymore, sadly. It's going good, going good. Also, I'm trying to put this on backwards. If it wasn't like I mentioned this earlier, but it wasn't for me like messing up the being able to look at instructions and not understanding remotely what's going on. I think it's the one nice thing about doing customs is I can just do everything at my own pace. I'm not following directions. Just makes my life infinitely easier. Okay, and then we got the long piece there, and then it's 8, 9, 10. Is there a general direction I need to have these going in? Okay, the chute goes towards the back. Got it. Something's going on upstairs and I'm concerned. There's a 3. And this goes into here. Like that. And then we also have the missile pods, which were this guy here. But yeah, like I mentioned, it'd be great if I could have like some random Godzilla music going on while working on this stuff. But I don't need Toho coming after me. It's bad enough we got Disney on us the one time for Woody. Don't need any more props. Oh, so that goes in here and then that goes. That's pretty sweet. Well, that's fancy. See it flip. That's pretty sweet. Digging that. Next. Oh my god, there's so much things. Oh. One thing about my rolly chair in this office, this thing is not comfortable to sit on for prolonged periods of time. Really need to give me one of those like super fancy gaming chairs. It's got a little bit more support in the back instead of this cheap one that I got at a yard sale a while back. We're good at the time. We're good at the time. So goes on like that. So I presumed. I think it's because of the placement of the placement of the thing might be where having issues trying to line this up. It shows that goes into there. My thought was because the way it's set. God, if only I could read that. It's got to be like this, right? Yeah, okay. It's just the way it shows it, because it shows the missiles forward, and then this is like that, but that doesn't work. And I need it like this for it to actually close. Okay, and then that locks it in. Get that in. Next, we need C10, which is this bad boy there. Yeah, pillow would probably work pretty well, to be honest. Truer words have never been spoken. This was my eye rights. Yes. But still doesn't change the fact I still kind of want to, because my current main chair that I sit on down here, I really like. It's like it's an older leather chair Works really well. But it's definitely a bit past its prime. And at some point, I should probably really need to get a new one. Jeez, I cannot keep these missiles on for the life of me. Hey, Lady Draco. I just feel like I got this in the wrong position. Because that's down all the way. Oh, you know what? I probably need this like all the way up for this to make sense. If I was a betting man. Like that. Then we need the other side on the back. Yep, Godzilla vs. Biollante. That's they're having too much fun upstairs. So next question, why isn't... Okay, so I do just need to apply pressure. Okay. This piece to snap it. There we go. So now when it goes down, then it goes back up. Sweet. Works pretty good. Oh, hopefully the Moderoid goes well. I do love me some fried chicken. Okay, and then pointy bits. Missile front. Uh-oh, this isn't in all the way. Why aren't you in all the way? There we go. I think that's clicked in. We're all good. Good, good, good. And then this should slide over. It's placed there. That side doesn't want to go in. Which means I have this backwards. Why is this backwards? All right, fun times. Hurts my feelings a bit. There we go. Gonna have to find some missiles. There. Right, let's get these back on. There we go. So like that. Then the hook's in. Like that. And then we want this in. Not all the way right. Oop. Man, these are always so much fun trying to get back in. Don't mind me, the struggle is real. Okay, hold up. Okay, I see the problem. Just took getting a closer look. They're at the right angle. Okay, there's the plates. I'll worry about finding the missiles in a minute. As long as these are back on, it's really all I care about. Again, super bad at following directions. Not my strong suit. There we go. So now this should aim towards this way. Good to go. So there's a missile. There are not missiles in the movie, technically. I would assume that's probably why you could put these on and remove them. And granted, I'm going to have to paint these things anyways. Because boring black missiles just ain't going to do it. All right. So that one. Oh, sweet. It's right by my foot. Saves me some time. It's got cat hair on it now, but at least now I can struggle trying to fit it into this tiny little corner with my giant fat hands. All right, there we go. Whew. All right. Never want to do that again. At least not anytime soon. Okay, so now we're working on the energy bracket thingy. Right there. So we E6, E7. These guys here. Also, I think out of the Super X's, honestly, I still say the first, the OG one's probably my favorite. This one's a close second. Like the third one's actually probably my least favorite from Godzilla versus Destroyer. Not a bad one, just not like it's still probably one of the cooler vehicles in the movies. But I just think like aesthetically, like both of these just kind of hit me in different ways. Oh, I don't know if I like the sound of these ones. It's like when you squeeze it, it's got like a bit of a crunch sound to it. It's like, Oh, F. Oh, you know what? That's probably this one, right? Oh, look at that. Oh, we got some fancy chrome. Oh, God, this hurts my eyeballs. All my studio lighting is just reflecting everywhere. That is true. Like the third one is the only one that actually survives the battle. Oh yeah, we still need that C piece, right? We need the stabby bit. You're E, you're C. Ooh, the last thing on this sprue. What do we call these things? Let's put you on the floor for now. Okay, so we got that dude, this dude, and this wedges in between. Real odd. Okay. Big, small. Like that. And then big plates. Metal plate. Try to wipe my fingerprints off of this real quick. Then reflecty plate. That's pretty sweet. And then it can jettison forward. Next, we need E5 and I5. Just gonna snip this one out because we're gonna need this one here not too long either, anyways. And that's the end of that one. E5, right? That one. Yeah, it is a lot like the plasma grenade from the Mecha Godzilla. Set that one off to the side so that I wouldn't touch it, and then I instantly touch it. So that one goes like that. Then this. This big one down. It shows me this. But I don't know what that means. I think it's supposed to hook into here. So it's kind of like this. I'm guessing. And then I need H. Are you my H? You're my H. So we need H1. That there. Set this off to the side for now. I probably should have did the same thing for this piece. Let's say I don't need E3 for the... It doesn't let me put it on yet, so I guess I'm not going to worry about it. So next is... Oh, this is going to be fun. So that's there. This was the bottom. And then this. Like that. That. And then goes over top like that. Pick up what they're putting down. Holy crap, there's a bunch of stuff going on here. Okay, so we need G1. G5 and G7. And there's the corresponding chrome piece, which is F2. Which is so hard for me to read. I think this one's too. Try my best not to touch the important piece. So that goes there, and then this hooks into here. Like that. Oh, okay, and then this slides. And up into here. Oh, like that. Do I have that right? I guess so. Just seems wrong. Right there. Brave New World? I don't know. I don't really got too much opinion on it at the moment because it's just I haven't seen it yet. I do think having Red Hulk as a villain's kind of weird for Falcon. Granted, I'm not that familiar with the comic books to really nitpick it a whole lot, but I don't know. It just seems kind of like a weird fit. But I'm interested to see at least where they're trying to go with it anyways. This does not want to slide in. Oh, you know what? That might actually supposed to stick out a little bit. Okay. I think that's it all the way. I think it's kind of sticks out just a little bit, just so it like this part clamps over top of the other side. Fried chicken is good for dinner. We had fried chicken a night or two ago when we went to go watch Sonic. There's a really good fried chicken place over by the theater that we go to. Oddly enough, though, I got I got their fish and chips because they use the same batter that they do the fish in, or the chicken in. This is so much more annoying to put together. It's harder to do while streaming because I want to show you guys what I'm doing instead of just hunking this thing close to me and getting it done. Because it's all fairly loosey-goosey. The way that it's set up currently. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. Okay, let's get these parts off. Yeah, I'd say in general, like fish and chips is probably my favorite thing. Like a good fried fish with some solid chips, solid French fries. Really good place to get fish and chips around here is there's like this little mom and pop place about like a 10-minute drive from here. The only thing that sucks is their hours of operation because they're only open till like 3 in the afternoon. But they have all you can eat fish and chips, and it's all like ham battered fish and double fried French fries. Oh my god, they're so good. It's probably half the reason why I have like my blood pressure problems anymore. But the thing that sucks is just like never. It's so hard to get there because they're just never open during the times that I'm generally out and about. I don't know, maybe because like the beer batter and whatnot, like you get, it's a lot of the same flavors. Would be my guess. I'm not a big beer drinker though. Not really into the alcohol in general. Another one of those things that just is not my thing. Hey, Russell. Feel like there's supposed to be a thing right here. Ah, I see it. Oh, that's why it's got the little sprues because of that thing. All right. So now that's connected. Now we do the middle pointy piece, which is this pointy piece. Here. Get you off. Don't need this runner anymore. I think the one thing that I probably enjoyed the most out of these kits is they're not that over. Like, there's a bit of like engineering, like it's a somewhat complicated kit, but it's not a very time-consuming kit. Oh, what the hell? The runner is like right where the point of the gear thing is. It's terrifying. Okay, now we have this piece, which looks like this goes in there. Make sure I rub my fingerprints off of there. which this goes on to here, which in turn goes on to here. Well, at least on a high note, looking at this, it doesn't really need a lot of paint. Probably end up just going to panel line it and then do maybe like a little bit of airbrushing just along the panel lines. I think we'll probably get the desired effect. Okay, so we need J 7 and 8. Actually, what time is it? Ooh. Hopefully we'll get this done pretty soon, 'cause I gotta go to bed. I was planning on doing some painting tonight, but with the amount of time I had, I figured getting these kits together, it's just a little easier to do. Okay, so this guy needs to be cleaned up a little bit because that nub is going to definitely cause me some surface problems. That slides into there. How's this one? Not nearly as bad. Just a little bit. Right there. Sweet. Fully closes. And now we need all these giant pieces. So we need D3 and 4. What, you talking about the Kotobukiyo one? I think Kotobukiyo is the other one that did a Super X. This is the B one. So far, I've been liking this kit. It just seems like the effects pieces are a bit loose, little loosey goosey. Yeah, see, I'm not 100%, but I want to say it was Kotobukiyo. Man, it'd be nice if this actually pegged into here and then you put this parts on. It would make my life so much easier. Well, I guess I just do it this way. Because like some of these pieces you just kind of got to line up and hope for the best in terms of attaching it. Okay, got that mostly in, and now I see my problem. Because if I do it that way, I'm never going to get this part connected. So we can do one side and then pop the other in. It's just the only real conundrum is getting this stupid thing to stay straight long enough. Ooh, why doesn't that want to stay together? Might just have to play with that a little bit. Okay. So those are in. You need E1 and E2, which I think is the last on this runner here. That runner's done. That runner's done. Okay, so this is one. One goes on this side. Oh, geez, I can't even read that from here. Oh, so it's okay. So it pops into here. And tall side upward. Got it. Again, it's kind of where I wish my hands weren't so big. Those tiny little baby hands. Be so much easier. And slots together. Ooh. Got a big. Is that a nub mark or is that just something important? I think it's just a nub mark. Here's where Steve stabs himself. This is the perfect opportunity. There we go. Bit flush. Got to figure out why that's a thing. It can almost close, but you have to have it like perfectly angled. Otherwise it sits a little bit. Because I don't see any plastic coming into contact, so I'm not quite certain what's going on with that. Okay, now we need D56H3. Which is that dude there. So there's that. And then we need H4G3. So last thing on that runner. Also realizing I tossed this on the floor, and there's actually another piece on here. Oh, I hate tiny little clear pieces. Because if I'm going to lose anything, it's going to be this. There we go. That slots into here. Cool beans. Oh, we're almost there. So that is for that piece there. D1 and D2. And this plate is over top of this. And this one is the back plate. And then if we had a stand, it goes into there. Now, it looks like we used everything. Good. All right. So here is the Super X. The Super X2. Vroom, vroom. With the... Again, kind of like the Super X, coloring-wise, I think it's pretty on point. It mainly just needs some panel lining. And if you really want to get fancy doing the airbrushing around the panel lining to replicate that look there, you're definitely going to airbrush. Could maybe pull it off with like a dry brush, like a powder, but I think airbrushing is probably the way to go, which is probably what I would do on this one. Probably just use some black primer and just go over it like really lightly over top of the sections there. So next question, how do you lift this up without any added help? Wait, there's a rod? D7? There is a rod? Somebody tell me there's a rod? So if you want to have the missiles come out, you got to take this piece off down here. Ugh. Yep. Super tiny rod, and then use the rod. And it's through this big hole here. And that lifts up the missiles. And then when you're all done, you push them down. Doot, doot. Good to go. I'm going to lose that rod in no time. Thankfully, any kind of pointed object would work. So my only real negative, I would say, is I wish this closed a little better. And I think a lot of that just has to do with, because of the way they have the mechanism set up, it's really loose fitting. Which is why I assume, like, once you get it all together, it stays pretty well. As you can see there, it's like, it doesn't really want to do its thing. You have to kind of force your way into getting it to close. And it's like, on here, it shows, it's like, it looks like it's almost one solid piece. Well, that's definitely not one solid piece. But, sculpt detail-wise, this thing looks great. So, at some point, I'm going to have to get the airbrush, fancify it. Probably for a lot of the black areas, I'll probably take like a little bit of rub and buff and just go over it with some silver. I think would work really good. Just brought by its size. Heck yeah. If mine's going to get judged, so is this. It's not bad, though. Compared to the Super X, size comparisons. Here's the Super X compared next to the Super X2. Not 100% of that is scale accurate. But honestly, pretty sweet kits. Like, if you're a person that doesn't really like to paint your kits and just want to build it, assemble it, stick it on your shelf, honestly, they're pretty good. Like, of course, if you're going to add some time to it, I think these things would really pop. The only thing that's going to be definitely annoying is doing these water slide decals, because I hate these things to death. They look good when you get them on, unlike, because they don't show up like a normal sticker would, so they have their benefits, but they're just like so frustrating to deal with, and I hate them. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this live stream. You can help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become Ranger today. We also got Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook. Guys, like if you go today, which I'm doing it, greatly would appreciate it. Oh, yeah, also, I guess we can show real quick as my Godzilla tail tries to take out the display. Guys like to see like size comparisons next to the Godzilla here. To me, this seems like it's kind of big next to the X Plus. Super X, it's probably a little big too, to be honest. Should probably be like half this size, I would think. But I'm not 100% if they're available on Entertainment Earth, but there is a link in the description for Entertainment Earth if you guys like to even pick up this guy. I think he's still available on there. Help support the channel. And they do free shipping over $100. Super sweet to say. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.